I think I could just easily start on the Torch of Defiance. Start finish is quite interesting. There are some good Aristocrats cards, I think. Mindstone's good. Scholar of the Lost Trove is a really awesome card to ramp into. Hagramalian's also good, but I think I just like Chandra. Like, I just really like this card. It's really powerful. From what I've observed, I think that drafting Planeswalkers is really good for this cube. There just doesn't seem to be too terribly many ways to interact with them profitably outside of combat. Excuse me. So I think that drafting like a bunch of Planeswalkers and removal is... well, it's good in a lot of places, don't get me wrong. I think it's particularly good here because this cube's a little bit lower power level. It's not like Vintage Cube where you'll draft a Super Friends deck and some of your opponents, they just won't fucking care. They'll just play a sneak attack and Emrakul you. What are we taking here? There's an Abrade. Ox is interesting. I could take a Braid or Ox, try to force mono red. I could take Land of War Visionary, maybe try to run the Gruul back. I sort of like taking a Braid here. It goes really well with the Chandra. Luminarch Aspirant is also quite powerful. But I like just sticking with the red cards. This doesn't mean I'll force mono red, although I do have a healthy, let's call it a healthy interest in seeing if we can't happen to make that work. I feel like the odds of that being a good deck are pretty good based off of what I've seen. Although that mono green deck our second opponent had last league, that also looked really powerful. They just went way over the top of, I'd have to imagine, most like smaller dorky creature based decks. Yeah, there seems to be a lot you can do in this cube. It's nice. Ooh, Cloudblazer is in, so you can get Thassa and Cloudblazer going. There also seems to be a mill deck. There's Ashiok, Folio of Fancies, Patient Rebuilding, Merfolk Secret Keeper, and something else that I cannot quite think of, but I think mill seems quite interesting to draft one time. I'm just going to take Royal Eruption. Just again, Planeswalker and removal. This is also really good if we go in a more aggressive deck because it can just end the game. We can kick it for 5 or even just, lightning strike your face. That closes out games too. Also, we're not the only Nissa at the table, which I find deeply disturbing. I recognize none of these names. Well, I recognize this one, but that's really not all that surprising. We've got some interesting choices here. Akoum Warrior is good. Murderous Rider is... I'd have to imagine that this is really powerful. I kind of just like Stonecoil Serpent, though. This is such a powerful card. It fits into your curve at any level, and it doesn't matter if you're having, like, color issues. And then Trample is just... Reach and Trample is... It's like a secret reach creature, and it can trample over if you cast a large one. And it's an artifact, which is more often an upside than a downside. Crag Crown, that's the Gruul land. There's a Direfleet Daredevil. Erebos' Intervention, too. Also a Never to Return. I'm now running the Gruul back. I think I want to try and take Erebos' Intervention, see if we can't go in a slightly different direction this time around. Though I wouldn't fault you for taking Daredevil or Crag Crown there. Both of those are very reasonable picks. I suppose taking Intervention is a little bit awkward when we just passed the Murderous Rider. Ooh, Bastion of Remembrance. Maybe we can get a little bit of a sacrifice deck going. Also, heroic reinforcements if we want to try and pursue the aggro route. But I think there could be a good sacrifice deck, and this also doesn't even need to be in sacrifice. This is just a really good card. That can be a great way to force through the last few points of damage in an aggro deck. Command the Dreadhorde is sweet. Bedevil is really powerful. Skewer and Scorching Dragonfire are also just great cards. Based off of what I've got going on right now, I think I'm on Skewer the Critics. Obosh is interesting too, but I think I like Skewer here. Plaguecrafter goes well with the sacrifice theme that we might be going for. There's also a Void Beckoner, and that's just sweet. But let's take the Plaguecrafter here. Back to our first pack. I don't think we're ever really playing start to finish. Deemworthy is nice. So is Crawling Barrens. I think I like the land that's also a threat. Yeah. Ox of Agonis looks like a fine pickup here. We did wheel the Luminarch Aspirant, so we could have gone Boros Beats. Agonizing Remorse looks good here. Yeah, I like the direction our deck's going. This is nice. I also feel like we've definitely found some open colors. I don't think we're really likely to play any of these cards, but the land has the highest likelihood. Similarly, probably not playing any of these. Maybe the Monument. Remember what I said about finding open colors, and then how the last packs just had nothing in them? Yeah, that definitely happened. I like the Tangled Veil artwork we have as the back of our drafting thing here. Frenzy. I think you need a really low curve to really make Frenzy effective. I don't know that this deck's going to have this. This feels like it could very easily end up being like a bit of a grindier mid-range deck. So as much as I would love to take the Kroxa here, I've just got to take Thoughtseize. This is insanely good. From what I've observed, probably one of the better cards in the cube overall. We might be able to wheel Kroxa. This is a good pack. I could see reeling Kroxa or Elspeth's Nightmare or Palaka Predation, or maybe even Sweltering Suns. See, what have we got here? Gravebreaker Lamia. We don't really have anything that goes with that except the Ox. There's an Earthshaker Kinra, Robber of the Rich, Magmatic Channeler, Crystalline Giant. We just got so many options. I think I like Robber. It's a nice aggressive 2-drop. I think Kinra has a better chance of wheeling than the Robber. Excuse me. And then here, Grim Initiate is good if we do go down a sacrifice route, but we don't really have anything that pushes us in that direction. So I think this is between Lightning Strike and Rekindling Phoenix. I've already got a Braid and Royal Eruption. I think I'll just take the Phoenix. Get myself a nice hard-to-kill threat. I think this is a pretty easy Erebos' Intervention over Pillar of Flame. Porphyros' Intervention. I don't think that's what I said. We've got some options here. Disfigure for a little bit more cheap removal. Retrieving Vessel. This is probably not going to come out of our graveyard at all. Dreadhorde Invasion. Feels like it's probably really hard to beat just on turn 2. There's also Morag, but I kind of want to test out this Dreadhorde Invasion. Like, I do think that this is good, but I want to see how this card performs. Magma Quake deals... it's a little bit of a Wrath. There's also Castle Lochthwain as a way to draw some cards. I think I need the card advantage. Epic Downfall is really good removal, but I think I just want the card advantage here. Mayhem Devil definitely pushes me to do a little bit more sacking than what I'm currently doing. I think it's better than the Orzhov Enforcer here. We can also reasonably hope to wheel the Grim Initiate. Ooh, and then we found Reassembling Skeleton and Dusk Legion Zealot. All these cards in one pack. I feel like we can do better for Sacrifice Outlets than the Slaughter Priest, so I'll take the Skeleton. Ooh, actually, maybe I want Yun Pyromancer, because this will also create a bunch of tokens for sacrificing, while also just being solid if Sacrifice ends up falling through. We got Kroxa back, which is really good. This deck is coming together nicely. Yeah, we're sort of just like a nice red-black mid-range deck. Happy to see the Earthshaker Kinra come around. This will help us just sort of slant towards the more aggressive, which I think is a benefit in this cube. So what else am I looking for here? I'd like a little bit more hard removal. I'm sort of lacking on things that just say destroy target. I did pass a couple of those effects before I really solidified myself into black. There was the Murderous Rider, the Hogger Mauling, the Never to Return. What did I pass Never to Return over? I can't quite think of the card now. Here's Grim Initiate, which might not make the cut. I don't think we're really playing any of these. Let's just take the Tristani. Sheltered Thicket is theoretically playable. And then a couple of blue cards at the end. There's something I thought I'd wheel that I didn't. Ooh, Pyrrhica Spawn. Actually, how good is Pyrrhica Spawn? My instinct is, or my first thought was very, but I do have Kroxa, and I don't really have that many ways. I've got Kroxa and Ox. I don't want another escape card. I might actually just want the Stitcher's Supplier. Or I could take Blood for Bones and Wheel Supplier. I don't feel like too many other people would be interested in that. Yeah, let's go for that. How's the curve looking? Not bad at all. Skyclave Shade is really cool. I think I just want Shadow Spear, though. Although this is like a great grinding card. It's a good thing to sacrifice. But Shadow Spear is just so overwhelming. Or at least it has the potential to be so overwhelming. Alright. Ooh, Judith. This is another card, rather like the Bastion. Like, it's good with sacrifice cards, but it's also just good in a creature-based deck. Though, once again, I don't have as many creatures as I initially thought. I'm on 11 creatures? I'll have to put a little bit of effort into fixing that. Well, I guess Bastion is sort of a creature, and so is Dreadhorde Invasion, but still. If I want to be aggressive, I'll need to pressure a little bit better. Excuse me, and I should... Ooh, okay. Luris, Temple of Malice, Shock, and Akum Hellhound are all the cards that have caught my eye here. My mana is actually not all that bad in terms of mana costs. The fixing is always good. I don't think I want Luris. I mean, Akum Hellhound is just another cheap one-drop. But I've actually got a lot of good cards I can get back with Luris. Maybe I do just want this as, like, a creature. Torbrand's good. We're just going to take the fixing. We're not in red enough for Torbrand to really be where we want to be. Crypt Breaker is interesting and more likely to make the cut than to get to Lava Runner. Don't think Demonic Pact is where we want to be. Captain Lannery Storm, on the other hand, is quite nice. It's also Fanatical Firebrand. Actually, I think I want Firebrand. It's great with Judith and Bastion and Mayhem Devil. Gain control of target creature. Ooh, that's juicy. It's also Eliminate, though. Maybe I'm just supposed to take the Eliminate. We did get the Stitcher Supplier background. And the Skyclave Shade. Oh, this is turning out nicely. Not really playing any of these cards. What sort of cuts are we making? Oh, and the Temple of Malice came back around. What if we sort of just abandon the sacrifice cards? Because, like, these two are cards we're really only playing because we were thinking of being a sacrifice deck. We're really not. Let's see. That does get rid of creatures, which is irritating. We do want to keep our creature count a little bit higher. Let's see. What else are we cutting here? Oh, it wants me to try and companion Luris. Yeah, we're definitely not companioning Luris. Do we have enough value to just play Luris, though? Yeah, I think we do. Like, we've got a lot of decent 2-drops and some fine 1-drops. It also lets us cast Stonecoil Serpent back for, like, huge amounts of mana. What are we doing with this Crypt Breaker? Nothing, I don't think. So we can cut Crypt Breaker. Now I really can't afford to cut any more creatures. I could see ditching the Blood for Bones, perhaps. Like what am I getting back? Exchanging sort of crappy creatures for another sort of crappy creature I don't think is worth it. I just don't feel like we abuse that card at all. Double Intervention. Let's see. The thing with, like, Porphyros' Intervention is pretty good because that can very easily end a game. Erebos' Intervention is a good way to kill larger creatures. What's our creature count at now? 13... 15-ish with Bastion and Dreadhorde. Maybe my curve's low enough that I can greed 16 lands. Like, I've been playing 16 lands a lot, but a lot of my other decks have had modal double-face cards that this deck doesn't, but this deck's all curve also just sort of stops at 3. What's my average converted mana cost? 2.2. Yes, this deck can run 16 lands. And then I could sort of see cutting, like, Eliminate, almost. Like, I've got other ways to deal with cheap creatures. And Eliminate is less flexible. Or I guess Eliminate gives me a way to deal with Planeswalkers. But only some. How many 3-mana Planeswalkers are actually in the cube? Is it just like Bossery? Let's try cutting Eliminate. And then this is our deck. If I need to get another drink, and then... Oh, let's not forget our Castle Locthrain. No black mana makes this hand a little bit sketchy, for sure. This is at least a better no black mana keep than my previous hand of all black cards. Wow, I was even about to say how Robber of the Rich makes this hand better. because it sort of detracts from the mulligan, and then they play a Gifted Aetherborn. Yeah, I guess we just skewer the Gifted Aetherborn. I feel like that's the most irritating card for us at the moment. Young Pyromancer isn't worth a Woe Strider, I don't think. We'll put a token on a Gutter Bones. Opponent puts Gutter Bones back in their hand and recasts it. We really need to find some black mana. Oh wow, now our Robber of the Rich doesn't even draw us a card. Skittering Surveyor. Find a swamp. There's our black mana. And they've still got too many cards in hand to draw a card. God damn it. So we managed to mulligan to 6, and our opponent still always had too many cards for us to draw anything off Robber. This hand's fine. I actually have 2 colors of mana. Opponent's on some Sultai Poop variant. And we have a Skittering Surveyor at our disposal. Ooh, Judith. What do I want to do with myself this turn? I can just cast Judith and then hit for 3. I could also go for an Agonizing Remorse. I think I like going down the Judith route. Judith is just, it's the kind of card that appreciates in value the longer it's on the battlefield. Also, if we can get in one more attack with the Robber of the Rich and then cast their Woe Strider while we've got Judith, then we'll really be doing things. So I'm not going to attack with Judith here because there's a couple of flash creatures in the format that I really don't want her to be trading for. Damn it. They've got the Eliminate. That really sucks. With that in mind, though, I am able to attack with Judith. And then no 4th land is a bit awkward. Let's Agonizing Remorse and see what's going on. I can deal with the Tindershoot Druid pretty easily. Let's take the Assassin's Trophy. Now let's take the Vraska's Contempt. That way if they want to use a removal spell to kill Judith, they do need to actually invest into it. We'll be saving the Skewer of the Critics for the Tindershoot Druid. There's our land. That is quite nice. Let's attack with Judith. Assassin's Trophy. I will happily search my library for another land. We'll get a swamp for Kicker as well as Kroxa. And then I could kick this and make this a 5/3. But I just like to get down my Chandra. I suppose I could have done that in a way that would allow me to also cast Shade as a 3/1. That was probably worthwhile. Right, opponent makes their Tindershoot Dryad. It is not long for the world. Erebos' Intervention. Sure, and I can save the Skewer the Critics. There's an Eliminate. I don't think I need that, actually. I actually maybe just shouldn't have played the Temple of Malice at all, and should have considered the fact that I do need to make landfall to cast the Skyclave Shade out of my graveyard. So perhaps just the act of playing the land there was a bit of a misstep. Alright, opponent gets down their Son of Freylis. Let us start by upticking Chandra. If I create a 5/5, that doesn't quite kill him. Let's get in with our Shade. Oh, looks like the opponent might have a way to remove the Chandra. At least they highlighted her. Also, the opponent doesn't seem to know that the Skyclave Shade can't block. Yeah, because they didn't use the Saproling for mana or to attack. So that's something to keep in mind. Although I guess if they're always planning to Murderous Rider the Chandra, then there's really no reason to attack. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're just going to Skewer the Critics then. Oh, wait. Wow, I'm an idiot. I just missed lethal by, like, a mile, didn't I? I could have just killed them last turn. I never proclaimed to be good at Magic, chat. Please bear that in mind. Jeez. Skewer you. Am I changing anything? I don't think I'm changing anything. I guess this deck could play like the Sheltered Thicket as just a mountain that cycles for 2, but I don't think that's worth. Alright, Prawn Star. One last round. This is a good hand. We get the turn 2 Dreadhorde Invasion. Interestingly, we can also use Luris to just keep casting Kroxa. I don't think I want this 4th land. And just like, that could become a way for us to repeatedly slam them for 2. Got the gift. What is with this damn Gifted Aetherborn lining up with my Robber of the Rich, huh? Huh? Alright. Come on, Judith. Do some good things for us. Pretty please? Oh, don't just kill it. Damn it. They did just kill it. So what are we doing with this turn? I think we're just attacking with Robber of the Rich and playing our Kroxa. Let's make sure we do this in the manner that gets us a card. They discard a Thassa Deep Dwelling. Oh, I guess we're still at parity with cards. Oh well. Ugh, Robber of the Rich is just making it very difficult to draw cards today, and I don't know why. You are 2 or less, not 3 or less, right? Yes, 2 or less, so we can't get back our Judith. God damn it, this Gifted Aetherborn is just wrecking us because they're just gaining back all the life. I think I want to attack with... I think I attack with just the Robber, and then I can use Ox. I would lose my Luris, but that would get me a lot closer to playing my Kroxa, too. Let's definitely just start by attacking with the Robber of the Rich and seeing what they do. They Assassin's Trophy my Robber of the Rich. Actually, that's actually pretty fine. I think I attack them for 3. Now we'll Thought Seize. Whew. Our life total is definitely a wee bit low here, but I think we can win in time. And they top decked the removal spell. Fucking hell. What is this opponent's deal? Alright, let's finally deal with this damn gifted Etherborn after it's almost killed us and gained them so much fucking life. And then next turn we can escape Kroxa. We're definitely... and they top decked the land for the Dryad. Come on, man. Yeah, so I think I escape and play my Kenra. Let's get an attack. Oh, they chump my 5/5, which makes sense. Take 3. Oh, I might not be able to squeak out a win here. Alright, so I attack with all. They chump my 2... They go to 5, chump my 2 6/6s. Block 2 2/2s. Go to 7, take 2. This is only creatures you control. So they go to 7, take 2 to 5, take 2 again. Fuck. We need to definitely attack with our 6/6s. I think we leave the rest back. I guess they don't even take 3 because they were holding a spell. And we're 1 land short of double spelling. Man, this feels... This feels awkward the whole way round. I guess I should have just let them have... I shouldn't have taken the Scoot Swarm. That's what it comes down to. Why am I at 8? Oh, my zombie token gives lifelink. Okay. Okay. I forgot Dreadhorde Invasion had the other line of text. Alright, let's deal with the Tinder Street Dryad. Good game, opponent. Oh, I don't think he got the emote. They got the emote. That's a shame. I forgot about the zombie token lifelink text. Also would have been neat to try Luris looping Croxa for a bit, but obviously we didn't quite get there. We'll happily play first. Yep, keep this hand. And yes, we are not casting Perforos's Intervention for x equals 0. Oh no, it's the red Rocksmith! Ooh, we took their Underworld Rage Hound. How does this deck fare against mono red? Alright, I think. Question mark. Oh, it's the red Black Mirror. Scorching Dragonfire, my robber. The red Black Mirror. Let's just play our Judith. And then next turn we'll probably get down like the Skyclave show. Fuck. Rotting Regisaur. I could Porphyros's Intervention to create a 1/1 attack, hope that they block, and then shoot the Goblin Banneret and try to Plague Crafter the Regisaur. It's a weird ass line. Oh shit. And I screwed it? Okay, we're just dead. We just lose to the Regisaur and my own stupidity. Because I didn't actually need to pay 1 mana into that because of the way Judith works. So now I can't even cast the Plague Crafter this turn. Yeah. I just bungled that one whole way down. Royal Eruption is good. Royal Eruption means I can probably just kill their play here and then play Crafter. That was this the clumsiest line of the stream? That might have been the clumsiest line of the stream. Light up the stage. Woo. Knight of the Ebon Legion. And Perilous Mirror. So... okay. Yeah. I really needed them to not be able to play 3 spells that turn. Yep, I can't win. Or maybe can't's a bit of a stretch, but that's just really fucking hard to deal with. Alright, I guess taking out Eliminate was just the wrong call in the first place. I feel like if their deck's primed to do sacrificing things, Plague Crafter's just not going to be good. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. So I go Firebrand, Invasion, Shadow Spear, Equip. Opponent took a mulligan here. Bastion with the Firebrand, deal hold damage. Get to Lava Runner is annoyingly better than my Firebrand. Just pass. See, the opponent can attack me for 1. I will take my 1. Oh, no attacks from the opponent. That's interesting. I guess they were more concerned about me attacking them. As they damn well should be. Let's attack with the 2/2 triple lifelink Firebrand. I find that immensely amusing for some reason. Annex. Anax. Need eliminate. And we'll bash for 4. And take the opponent down to 13. I guess there's a world where I could have tried to use the intervention there to kill the Anax and saved the eliminate for something. Ugh, that's annoying. And saved the eliminate for something like the Regisaur that I sort of just can't remove without the eliminate, but this is fine. Them getting back their Anax here is annoying, but ultimately inconsequential. We will just kill it again, and again, and again, and again. And the next day, and the next day, and the next, and the next, and the next. Knight of the Ebon Legion for the opponent. That is annoying. You know, the 1 mana 4/5. 2 cards in my graveyard, so I'm not really going to be getting off this Kroxa by attacking. So yeah, I guess we just cast Kroxa and hold back for a bit. Oh no, I don't need to hold back for a bit. I can just put the Shadow Spear on the token, and then the token can attack through the Ebon even with the pump. Attack you for 5. Bloop. We'll end the turn. No need to play out this land. We don't need the mana at the moment. Also, the opponent might make us discard it, which would actually be pretty relevant with our Kroxa. Robber of the Rich. Sure, I'll throw it in to draw a card. I can't attack with my zombie army, unfortunately, because they can double pump the knight. But Robber of the Rich could get me a good card here. Well, hello there, Judith. That'll be good. Oh, damn it. It had to be Scorching Dragonfire. It couldn't be a way that would let her die. Do have the opponent at 1, which is good. Man, Scorching Dragonfire. I'm fairly confident we'll be able to win this one. It'll just take us a moment. 1 card away from getting Kroxa back. Light up the stage. Ooh, Null Priest of Oblivion. I guess I can kick it and get back Anax for the 3rd time. Just all these opponents recurring the same card multiple times. The first match of the night we had a player who got back Earthshaker Kenra. And that does it. Alright, so now we attack with the Kenra. They're forced to block it, and then we escape Kroxa. And they have no cards in hand to discard, so they take 3 damage. Alright. Opponent is taking another mulligan. Oh, please no turn 1 night. Fuck. Alright, turn 1 night of the Ebon Legion. We lose. It's been nice playing with you all. And light up the stage? Jeez. The fact that they took a mulligan makes my Robber of the Rich a little bit lackluster. And instant disfigure. That's fine. We're just going to skewer the critics down the Night of the Ebon Legion. It's not the disaster I set it out to be. Alright, so we kill this. Hope they can't get it back. They did show a couple of different recursive cards. We could play a 0-cost Stonecoil Serpent, which is actually a really good way to kill somebody. Like, the 0-mana Stonecoil Serpent deals 2 damage once we deploy Judith and Bastion of Remembrance. No double red, so I think I want to start on Bastion over Judith. This one is just significantly harder to kill. Feed the Swarm is in the cube, so it's not impossible for the Rakdos opponent to kill it, but way harder than just the Judith. I was really hoping to not see that. So now they can start making that unblockable. Well, it'll be hard to pay for Key of the City with the Regisaur going off too. Stitcher's Supplier. Let's play Supplier plus Judith, I think. Just casually milling Shadow Spear and all of my removal. So Judith only counts non-creature tokens, so I cannot quite kill the Regisaur here unless I want to give up the Judith, which I would prefer not to. Though I can cast a large Stonecoil next turn and that'll do the job. That will potentially do the job at least. Soar. Take my 7. Opponent casually deploying both the cards I talked about in terms of being able to win the game single-handedly. They have the fucking Scorching Dragonfire for Judith again. And we draw Earthshaker Kenra. Remember when I said the opponent's deck was better than mine because of these cards? I remember. Alright. So we're going to get down the Stonecoil Serpent. I mean, we need to draw Eliminate, or we just can't do anything against the Regisaur. Like, whatsoever. Draw. Got Annex. We'll make Regisaur unblockable. Discarded their own Kroxa to do that, too. So, oh, Jesus Christ. Thoughtseize, that's perfect. Yeah, we just can't do anything because it's a 3-mana 7/6. This hand, yeah. I'm going to keep it and be a little bit unhappy about no real creature early. But Shadow Spear plus the removal will give me time to... Or, I guess not Shadow Spear. Shadow Spear is useless without a creature. But, like, the removal will sort of give me the time to find some creatures. Or I can just find land. Opponent is on some probably 5-color stuff. From what I heard, 5-color can be quite good. You've got, like, Niv Mizzet and Golos as payoffs. And then you just sort of have access to all the good cards in the cube. Alright, Fanatical Firebrand. It will attack. Came down at a good time to equip the Shadow Spear to it. Atreus, Oracle of Half-Truths. So I don't think I want them to have Dryad of the Elysian Grove. So how do I do it? Do I put that as the... Do I put that as the unknown card? Do I let them know that they have this coming and then show them the other two? I think I want to try it. I don't... splitting Atreus is so challenging. Alright, let's show them these. Please don't take the Dryad. Taking the Dryad would just generally be bad for me. Okay, they didn't. Urbos' Intervention. So I've got an abundance of removal, and I think I'm going to use Intervention to kill the Atreus? Question mark? Like, a Braid could be useful if they've got some bomb artifact, and Porphyros' Intervention is capable of killing quite large creatures at a better rate than Erebos' is. Here's the Golos. Really not hating the fact that I held on to this Braid. Although maybe I'm just lucking into my play being good. Alright. So, let's see. They found... What was that? Just a forest? Okay. Destroy target artifact. And I could just play the Skyclave Shade out. I think I will. Like, I just sort of want to deploy my cards because at some point I'm going to be casting this Ox of Agonis. Nice, they say. Thanks, says I. Castle Garenbrig. Interesting. Card that generates 6 green mana would not have been one of the first ones I would be thinking I would see out the opponent's deck. Alright, Wolf Willow Haven. Sure. Paradise Druid. Sure. Conclave Mentor. Sure. Robber of the Rich. So I think I like using Intervention just to kill the Mentor. Oh shit, I picked the wrong mode. So I was going to try to kill the Mentor and then get some good attacks in, and then I can play the Ox next turn. I think I still want to attack here. I'll just make some awkward trades. Got rid of a Vivian Reed. Fortunately, I'll never be able to cast it now because I didn't kill their Conclave Mentor. But this is just to set me up to have a good Ox of Agonis turn. Oh, I can't believe I picked the wrong mode. It's just weird templating. like, yes, I was not paying attention. But it's also sort of weird that, like, the version of intervention that kills the creature is the opposite of this one, and I understand why, and they've just got plain ride celebration, so I guess I'm just dead. Royal Eruption. Just find a new grip of cards. Wow, lots of land. Even more land. I guess Firebrand will just trade for a token, but that's fine. I wanna move the Shadow Spear off Firebrand anyway. And they've got Escape to the Wilds, but it doesn't look like it was a very good Escape to the Wilds. Dominary's Ambush is annoying, sure, but so are a lot of cards. More damned lands. So I can equip Shadow Spear. I can equip Shadow Spear and kick the Shade, I think? Yes. I'll get in my attack. Yeah, they double block. That's fine. And then let's kick the Shade. Make ourselves a 5/3. Opponent uses Spring. Oh, I guess I've got the Downraise Ambush. I could have waited, I suppose. If I gave it another turn. Oh, and now the opponent gets to cast a free Niv Mizzet. Of course they do. Oh, Jesus Christ. They only drew one card, but I mean, that's just good enough. Like, they've got the massive fucking board. Funnily enough, this is the one match that Playcrafter might actually be better than the goddamn Eliminate. Just because they're going to have so many big things. I mean, I'm not even sure about that. I don't know. I feel like their deck just goes over the top of mine. I guess I keep this. I think Thoughtseize is good against them. It's just absolutely no early pressure, I think, is a little bit sketchy in this matchup. Just take Skittering Surveyor and just sort of try to screw with their mana. Should be a big weakness in a deck like theirs. Milled the Skyclave Shade, so we got some value off that Stitcher Supplier. Castle Lochthwain. And I guess the opponent can scavenge news, but they can't eat a creature. Oh, they also put Wolf Willow on their... that's interesting. Wolf Willow on their forest. I'm going to attack with the Shade. If they trade, cool. I got the creature I wanted off the battlefield. If not, this lets me play... yes, this will let me play Young Pyromancer and Skewer the Critics. Spectacle, shoot the Skews. All it takes is a little bit of luck. Well, I don't know if that counted as luck. Elvish Reclaimer. We definitely want to try to kill that because that'll fix their mana. X equals 2. And then I'll play out one more swamp so I have double black for my Castle Lochthwain. And then I'm going to hold on to this mountain, I think, to trigger Skyclave Shade a little bit later. Alright, opponent's in a place where they need to make the 2-2, which is good. So I attack with everything. I have... Not quite lethal. They trade with Young Pyromancer. I think they're in a position where they need to trade with the Shade. Let's attack with everything but the Pyromancer. If they want to eat a 1-1, then they'll take a pretty decent chunk of damage. Yeah. Playing out this land to minimize damage off the Lochthwain. And we've still got one in hand for our Shade. Ooh. Ooh. Now they can't ignore the Shade. Just get in with everything. So we're going to get back the Shade instead of playing a big Serpent here, and that is because if they find white mana for the Night of Autumn, then playing out the massive Serpent really gets me. And alright, we got the game too. Like, yeah, I think this hand is absolutely fine. Turn 1 Thoughtseize or turn 2 Invasion. I think I'm going to go for the turn 2 Invasion. Hope they don't just like slam Paradise Druid. God damn it. As I'm saying it. As I am saying it. Ah, yeah, nice enchantment. Fuck me. So I can strip apart their hand here. I can play Bastion. Let's start with Thoughtseize. Scoot Shorm and Ambush. I don't actually think I care about them having Ambush, right? Trade. Treasure map's annoying. Here's Kroxa. What I wouldn't give for another land. What's my most impactful play here? I think I like Bastion. Could also see Plaguecrafter just to deal with this Paradise Druid that sort of strands the Domri's Ambush in hand. It actually cuts them off of a lot of colors of mana, too. Yeah, I should have Plaguecrafted first. Hopefully they don't do anything too alarming here, and then I can Plaguecrafter away the Paradise Druid. Oh, but they topped a card. That's scary. Oh, okay, just Spring. That will help fix their mana. There's our land. So let's play Crafter. Let's get around the hexproof on Paradise Druid. I should have attacked with my 1/1 first to see if they blocked. They probably wouldn't have, so I missed a point of damage. So if the opponent wins on 1 life, we all know what happened. Bottomed that card. Alright. Bottomed that card. Got access to a ton of mana here, though. And they also have Mind to draw a bunch of cards. Is this an instant? That is an instant. Chandra. Alright, so let's attack with our Plaguecrafter. And then I think we're going to get down Chandra. Bit of a shame that we can't Chandra uptick into Kroxa, but what can you do? We'll have to settle for shooting them for 2. Ooh, and we shot them for 2 by eating a mountain, which always feels nice. Opponent did have to use up a little bit of treasure to draw 2, which is good. Limits what their treasure cove can do. Limits their mana hair. Cultivate. Grab double plains. Alright. Conclave Mentor seems mildly irrelevant. Reclamation Sage is... I mean, yeah, that's annoying. And then I guess they can Domri's Ambush. So they're able to play every fucking card they drew. Which, that's... Okay, playing every goddamn card they drew is really fucking annoying. How can we maximize the number of cards we can play? I can play Judith and Kroxa. And that gets me a free kill off the Reclamation Sage. I think I like that. Yes, so I kill Reclamation Sage for free, and then Plaguecrafter can block the Conclave Mentor to protect my Chandra. Alright, they get one more draw off their Treasure Cove, not Treasure Crove. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Let's see, I've got 5 cards in graveyard, so let's fire off Chandra's upticks first. Agonizing Remorse. And I can get rid of a card from their graveyard. I don't know, Night of Autumn. And I can also play Shadow Spear, though I can't equip it. The next turn I can get down Kroxa. Oh, that's fucking annoying. So now they can make Conclave Mentor fight Judith. Of course. We'll shoot Domri. Okay, that's just great for me. So now they've got no board, and I've got a Kroxa and a Chandra? Oh, Luris. I don't want to do that, right? Actually, I think I do. Back my Robber of the Rich. And then I can still escape Kroxa next turn. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. And we got there!